see what I'm doing right now? Right there, that good old, they say I got a big smile. I'm only 6'6", 356 pounds. I had to think about it because I lost several, inches off this body. Yes. Smile for a little bit. Let me write 2 more words on the board. But while I'm writing these 2 more words on the board, man, just smile for me right quick. Don't smile for me. Smile for yourself. Smile at the fact that when you look in the mirror, you should see. Smile in the mirror so you look at greatness. Smile at yourself so you can be a light shining on top of here. Smile so you can let everything know that, hey, I am beautifully and wonderfully made. You understand what I'm saying? Smile because no matter what weapon formed against you this week, it did not break you, it did not make you. You just danced through that trial. Smile if you still breathing. Smile if you still have something to smile about.
Come on, sir.
You know it's serious when at the end you can hit a dot. When the teacher put the dot on the board, when you like that. Anyway, all right, look. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I'm gonna break down, before I even break that down, Galatians 1, 10 through 16. I'm gonna tell y'all a little, I'm gonna give you a little humor before we even start. When I was preparing this lesson, you see what this 1 at right here? With Galatians, I had put 1, 1 Galatians 10, 16. I was corrected by none other than Correction Sandals. She always puts me in my place. I appreciate it because if she don't, y'all will have no filter. None. Y'all will get it the way you gonna get it. I'm thankful for her. I just want her to know that I'm very thankful for it. I told her she can only correct me on Saturdays. Don't correct me on Friday. Don't correct me on Thursday. I'll give you Wednesday because it's hump day. Tuesday and Monday you can. Monday I'm going to need correction. Everybody don't agree with Mondays. Amen?
Amen.
I shall. Right. Who am I? That's the reason why I picked that up, man. Look. You know when they say go out in pairs and spread the good news? You know how you say you got teachers, you got givers. That's what the book. Because y'all know that's what we're studying, right? Y'all know that's what we're doing. We are studying the book, the Bible.
Yeah. Okay?
And while we studying the Bible, we're not scholars. You understand? Some are. Some did get a degree. Letting it be known that, hey, man, I put in this amount of work. You got known scholars and then you got unknown scholars because they put in the same type of work. They just didn't have the money to get the piece of paper to certify them, okay? All right. But who am I? I do this because I love it. It's a difference. I love it. Why do I love it? It's because I don't love it for the simple fact that I want people to give me a response. I want people to pat me on my back and say a good job. No, I love it because it corrects me. I love it because it makes me repent. I love it that it helps me turn around from what I'm doing. I love it because I see what I did and I can fix my mistakes. I love it because when I do it, I can feel the spirit I accept Christ. I always say, this look, man. I do it because I understand the way that I understand. You understand? And that's the same thing for you. For everybody, how you understand and how it was taught to you, how you get it, that's how you get it. I'm not trying to change. I'm not trying to make you. I'm not trying to do none of that. What I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm helping the inside of myself to cleanse my soul so I can be who I am today. A light. I'm just here to help you think. I'm a light. I want to make sure that when I come around, and it's not because of my words, it's not because of my physique or anything like that. I just want to come around, and when somebody see me come around, they just start smiling because they're like, I don't know what this boy gonna do. But then when he speaks so like I can understand it. Like that's what I got my whole life is people tell me, like, Reggie, I couldn't understand it over here, but you broke it down to where, and that's how I start like, understanding, like, okay, maybe you some, and then, I had jobs to let me know that you are a teacher. You understand what I'm saying? So let me go study. So while I'm up here, I'm actually studying. Who am I? I'm a student as well as a teacher. Because I'm standing out here, I'm bold enough. Don't the book say that? Be bold. The book say that, man, be bold and go out there and do it. Some people don't want to do it because they worry about what somebody else is going to say. That's one. Number two, and I'm getting to it, I'm trust me, I'm well off in it. Number two, you still got to worry about people that's going to not like what you say. Don't agree with what you say. Call you a liar. Tell you to stop it. But I'm telling you, be bold in who you are. Because everybody has a fingerprint.
Yeah.
But everybody's fingerprint's different. That's how you were made. We all are one because we're all going to do the same thing. What I mean, we're all going to do the same thing. Everybody's still going to talk. Everybody's still going to teach, no matter what level or platform they're on. If you're out there hustling and there's hustlers out there, the head hustler going to teach the young hustlers. Isn't that called OG?
Yeah.
All right. The older pastors going to teach the younger pastors. That's why they have them under them, and follow them, right? That's how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has to. How you going to learn something if you don't listen to somebody that knows more than you? Because remember, this is your circle of awareness. And if you just stay inside your circle, and outside your circle is even more to learn, and then you just stuck in your circle, well, you're not allowing yourself to receive knowledge or to gain wisdom. Because it's easy to gain wisdom because all you got to do is ask for it. And then when you ask for it, all you got to do is put it into action. Didn't that sound like praying? Okay.
All right now.
Who am I? Let's read 10 first. Galatians 1:10.
10, okay.
I'm sorry, you got the Message version?
Oh, Message.
Yeah, pull out that Message version. It's a message in that Message version. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do you think I speak this strongly in order to manipulate crowds? Or court favor with God?
Okay.
Or get popular applause? If my goal was popularity, I wouldn't bother being Christ's slave.
Now let's stop. We're talking about Paul. What was Paul talking about? That's why I put the first thing up there. Well, we all know in the beginning, when we're going to get to it, who was Paul in the beginning? Paul was the one that was knocking off Christians. That's the best way I could put it. He seen a Christian, he taking their head off. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't like anything to do with what a Christian stood for. Okay? All right. Not only that, he said, look, if my goal was popularity, I wouldn't bother being Christ's slave. If my job was to sit up here and I want people to comment, I want people to like, and I'm constantly saying those things, you understand what I'm saying? Then I'm looking for popularity. But he said, look, man, hey, I wouldn't bother being Christ's slave, which means he wouldn't. Well, I always say when I get up there, this is 5 in a row for me. And I always say, man, when you're in that book, I want you to take out the names or titles. Titles is best for me. I never did like titles. So don't put a title up there because Christ is a title. It's not a name, okay? So Christ is a title. So I say, all right, take out titles. And even if you have somebody's name right there, like Paul, you put your name right there too. That way you can get a good understanding because they was in this time era, and we in this time era. We might say little things different, but it's all the same thing. So, okay, I already say when you look in the mirror, you should see Christ. So when you look in the mirror, you ought to see a reflection of yourself so that ought to make you feel good because the title of Christ is anointed one, king, and all those other words. There's 1,000 of them, though. There's more than 1,000. There's so many explanations of who Christ is, right? Okay, so with that being said, but the original Christ is king. Like, okay, so if you know that, king, queen, you know what I'm saying? That's why you should smile when you look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I am Christ. Because you said, well, hey, I was made in the image, that we were made in the image of God. Okay? In the Bible and in Christianity, you know what I'm saying, what they say God was, they say Jesus was God and God was Jesus, right? So if those two are the same in the book, okay, so, and you say that I look in the mirror and I am Christ, that gives you power. That's who am I? Who I am, I'm explaining. Who am I? Well, I have power.
That's right.
Okay, are y'all learning something like, I have power? When you tell yourself, I have power, do you understand that you have opened the door for a weapon to form against you?
Mm.
Okay, but now that you know that you have power and not just dry saying it, you know when that weapon form, it will not prosper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what does that really mean? Okay, a weapon forming and it will not prosper. Whatever's supposed to happen, you already got the weapons because you're a spiritual warrior to fight whatever is coming. Because you got your shield to block it. If somebody wants to shoot some type of weapon at you, you got a shield to block it. That's why they say put on your full armor. That's why I say you spiritual warriors, because you're already equipped for the war. But if you already know that, then you already got your suit on. But if you don't know that, you got to go get up and then you got to go get your suit on and you got to put it on and then you got to prepare. It's going to be too late for all that because you was not aware. You got to be ready. You got to stay ready.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stop wasting time getting ready. This is how you get ready. When you wake up and you tell yourself, say, I am Christ, okay? You power yourself. Charge yourself like your phone needs charging. We don't forget to charge that cell phone. We do not forget to charge that cell phone. Charge your spirit the same way you charge your cell phone.
All right.
Charge your spirit up the same way you charge your cell phone. And you make sure, because when that phone get ready to die, you'll go buy an extra charger cord. If you were somewhere and you didn't even have yours with you, you'll go buy an extra one just because. You want to stay charged up. That's the same way you should do your spirit.
Mm.
Who am I? All right. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go with the that was 10, right? Let's go to 10 and 11 because you know message just running together.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Know this. I am most emphatic here, friends. This great message I delivered to you is not mere human optimism. I didn't receive it through the traditions, and I wasn't taught it in some school.
Stop. Wasn't taught with no traditions, and he wasn't taught this in school. What did Paul just say right there? He said that if I look for wisdom, if I search for knowledge, I'll go find it. That's a plain example of what literally in the scripture, that's what he basically said. Look, I ain't had nobody tell me, no. I didn't have my mama tell me if somebody hit you, hit them back. Okay? I didn't have nobody to tell me whatever happens in this house stays in this house. Okay, what I had to do was, I didn't have no mother, I didn't have no father telling me things that their parents had taught them. I had to go bump my head a couple times and find out for myself. Okay, before Paul was even Paul, his name was Saul, and he was out there, like I said, taking Christians' head off. Now, if you breathing, everybody has a Saul in them. If you breathing, everybody has a Saul in them. I mean, you used to act this way, something happened, and you start to act this way. Everybody's been through something. That's why people say, you don't understand what I've been through. Well, as long as you're breathing, you're going to go through. So if you go through, there's going to be an I've been through. If you go through, there's going to be an I've been through. But the reason why we got to have a been through, because that been through means that you still here.
Yeah.
Because the word been means that it was past tense. So that means you're still here to tell it. And you're still here to tell everybody, you know, however the way you live and however the way you walk, that's how people determine how you handle that situation. That's how people determine how you handle their storm. That's how people determine how you handle their weapon that was formed against you. That's how people, and you got to be careful because you never know when you're entertaining an angel. Well, if you never know if you're entertaining an angel and somebody's looking at the way you walk and you walking incorrectly, you either teaching them to walk incorrectly or they're learning that, you know what, I do not need to act like that when this happens to me because now I've seen where he came from and where he is and which direction that he or she is going. Everything's a learning experience. Everything just keep going on and on and on. That's what I'm saying. So who am I? Okay. Bump my head a few times. Don't mean that I ain't gonna bump my head again. But when you bump that head, don't bury yourself alive. You understand what I'm saying? Don't stay right there in it. Because you know, when that last breath being taken, while you in that motion, do you want to be caught in that motion?
No, not.
Do you want to be caught taking your last breath in a motion that you needed to be corrected? Some people say, man, he died in his sin. She died in her sin. Okay. If you're doing something and your gut tell you that, hey, this ain't right for us. hey, this ain't right for, hey, stop it, y'all. Stop it. Us kings and queens, we have that gut, which means we always had the, we always had the love, Holy Spirit. That's what I want to get to. We always had the love, but hey man, this ain't right for us. Don't do it. And all of us had the Saul in us, well, we did it anyway. Because all the time we heard their voices before and after. But he's so good though, even in, because I'm getting to that scripture right here. In John 8:10-11. Even in that era, you still being loved because now you get to learn from it. Some people didn't get a chance to learn from it. They got to come back and do it again. I'll leave that lesson for another time.
All right now.
Now let's keep going.
Okay. I didn't receive it through the traditions, and I wasn't taught it in some school. I got it straight from God, received the message directly from Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That was verse
Okay.
12.
All right. And before she finished, remember the titles and the name. He said, I got it from God and Jesus Christ. They're the same person. You look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself to empower yourself to know who you are, right? Then that means that you just came to, that means you accepted it. No, I'm serious. You know, people, like I say, man, they go through the motions and hey, man, at the end of a service, you know, if anybody want to accept Jesus as your Lord and Christ, okay, but when you come to that point where we just read in Scripture, to where, you know, I got my message directly, that means that when you bump your head, you got the message. Know who you are. Who am I? Bump my head, I got my message. I got because I already accepted him when I bumped my head. You know, hey, I'm going to put it to you another way. Well, when you get arrested, you surrendered. You gave up all your rights. Right? That's the same way. You surrender, so when you surrender, that means you giving up the way that you was going, the way that you was living. You get it up. You say, I'm tired of that. Where did that come from? That came from bumping your head. That came from watching somebody. That came from whatever it came from, however you got it, but that's where it came from. That means the Christ that's inside of you is coming out. That means they fit to see it. That means somebody saw it like, ooh, what got into Reggie? What got into you? When somebody say, man, what got into you, man? Because you changed. It wasn't no process. You know, it wasn't no stage show. It was like, really, you came to an understanding. Like, you've been hearing lies your whole life, and then you was wondering why you couldn't correlate with that. You was wondering why you couldn't register that. And then when you got older, when you asked to find out, say, man, I want to find out why I feel this way, which means you was going to go gain some knowledge. That means you was going to get some wisdom, because all you got to do is ask for it, and it's going to come to you, because it said in the book. Okay, all you got to do is get curious. Get tired and fed up first. Get good, tired, and fed up, and then get curious, and then go get to work. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's the same thing. All I'm saying is, that's the same thing as putting on your suit, putting on that armor. When you put it on, you already you're already equipped, man. Like, it's natural. Like, as soon as you put the suit on, everything start coming. Like, okay, man, I need to go. As soon as you put it on, if you don't put it on, you ain't going to feel the power of it. And the first thing you got to put on before you can put on the suit, you got to put on yourself. You got to cut your own self on. You got to activate yourself. Yeah. You don't activate yourself, none of that stuff on the pliers. You can look at it all day long. It ain't going to do nothing. You can put the suit on. It ain't going to say nothing. It ain't going to help nobody. You just got to put it on. Once you put it on, sometimes you ain't got to do no action. You ain't even got to do no word. As soon as you put it on and somebody seen that you were Saul and they know that you are Paul now, as soon as you put the suit on, hey, man, they can quit being Saul too and turn into Paul. But who am I? Let's go. Let's finish.
All right. Verse 13. I'm sure that you've heard the story of my earlier life when I lived in the Jewish way. In those days, I went all out in persecuting God's church. I was systematically destroying it. I was so enthusiastic about the traditions of my ancestors that I advanced head and shoulders above my peers in my career. Even then, God had his eye on me. Why? When I was still in my mother's womb, he chose and called me out of sheer generosity. Now, he has intervened and revealed his son to me so that I might joyfully tell non-Jews about him.
I'm going to let y'all take a second. I'm going to let us take a deep breath. Because he just told us what he was talking about. He just told you who he was talking to. He just told you who he was. And now he's telling you who he is. Take Paul's name out and put yourself right there. What were you talking about before you accepted yourself? What type of OG were you? Were you the one that was manipulating and misusing the youth? Or you was the one that was actually out there helping the youth, volunteering and saving the youth? Were you the one that walk around and everybody lights up and everybody's excited for you to be around? Or when you come around, when you the person where everybody frown up, don't even want nothing to do with you? Take the time to think about it. The boy say, when I used to act like this over here, man, I was proud of acting like this here. But when I came to myself, I heard myself tell me, because that's when he started loving himself. Yeah. He didn't love himself at first because he was killing other people.
Yeah.
You can't love yourself if you hurting somebody else. Because all you're doing is hurting yourself. That's why you're mad at that person. Because that person showing you how you act. It's not doing what you want that person to do. That person is not doing what you want them to do. That's bottom line. I'm sorry. When you mad at somebody, they did not do what you wanted them to do. You wanted them to do it the way that you wanted them to do it. What's the correct way of doing anything? Well, the Bible says, and I'm going to go back because we basically, hey man, I ain't writing nothing. So who am I? I am not the author of the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, I ain't writing none of that stuff in the Bible. I just read it, got some understanding from it because I asked for some understanding. You know, when I ask for some understanding, I got to go ask, before I even speak, I got to go ask for the person who gave me the opportunity and this platform to do what I'm doing right now to make sure I don't get up here and tell a story that's going to satisfy me. And that's trying to get satisfaction from y'all at the same time. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to be tossing and turning in my sleep. Telling you some fancy story with some fancy words in there and trying to make it sound all good. Nah, I'm going to tell you that you ought to like. I'm going to tell you that you need to go on that footstool. I'm going to tell you that you need to go on top of that hill, top of the city. And I'm going to tell you that you need to shine because the more that we shine, the more that we can take away this darkness that we see right now today. Who am I? Just a light bulb. The boy told you, man, say, man, look, man, I was doing all kinds. I was doing the most. I done done it all. Done it all. I done it all. I done everything that you ain't supposed to do. But for some odd reason, I'm still here. And I done got tired of doing that. I got tired of doing that, man. I got tired because something on the inside was telling me, say, bro, hey, man, this ain't right for us. This ain't who we are. That teaching from an ancestor, all that, I'm going to break down the teaching from the ancestors. That's just somebody that's been here before you and longer than you telling you how they got through some stuff. How they handled it the best way they can handle it. Before they came to the truth. You can take the truth however way you want to take the truth. And what I mean by that, you know what I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, the truth, Jesus Christ, however you take the truth, but the truth is a truth and the fact is a fact. Okay? When you get that example up there, they say he was the way, the truth, and they're like, okay, well, okay. So what are you? All right? So, again, we say God is love, right? This is the famous one. God is love and love is God. Well, and Jesus said, well, the greatest are, look, it's all kinds of law. No, literally, this is what Jesus in the Bible said. Jesus in the Bible said, look, there's all kinds of law out there.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of rules. There's all kinds of regulations. Everybody had different ways of doing stuff. But out of all of this stuff that's out there, man, all this 1 through 10, all this 1 through 7, all this rules and regulations, sit down, don't do this, I'm going to tell you what. If you can just love somebody that don't love you, you're going to be in power. Because he said, I am that. It was a perfect person in the Bible named Jesus that did everything perfect. And that's why he was there, so everybody can see it. So let's just take that. That's in the Bible. That's Bible teaching. Who am I? I'm just here to make you think. You look yourself in the mirror and say, I am Christ, so you can gain the power. But you look at yourself, what I'm doing again, I did this last week. This is a reflection. Okay, here is what you're looking at. Here's what you're serving. It's up here, and you down here. Why would you want to be beneath when he said you're equal to?
All right.
Why would you want to be below? Let me put it in Christian terms. Why would you want to be the tail and not the head?
All right.
Okay, put yourself there, and then put yourself here. Put yourself there, and put yourself there. That's when you're looking in the mirror and telling yourself that I am God, I am Christ, which means that all you're doing, okay, you ain't being prideful. You understand what I'm saying? You're not breaking any codes. You're not breaking any tradition. You're not disrespecting the Bible. You're empowering yourself. Because when you read the Bible, you want to be like God, don't you? You want to be like Christ, don't you? That's because you are. That's because whatever's inside of you is telling you that. Every time saying, I don't think we need to be doing this. You know what I'm talking about. Something we done this week. That God in you. Because you ain't accepted him yet. The God in you saying, we aren't supposed to be doing this. Okay, well, I'm going to get off the belt right now. I'm going to take my hand off the buckle. I'm going to give you a piece of candy because I was told to give you a little piece of candy. Okay, instead of that little realm, let's get into this little realm. When you do something and you don't sound the trumpet that you did it when you help somebody, what happens to you physically? Your hair stand up on your arm. It ain't cold. Not in Galatians. It ain't cold. You ain't sitting under the air conditioner vent. You ain't in the freezer. Why would you do something like that when you know on the inside, like, first you had the urge, I want to go help somebody. You didn't even know who it was. Even if you knew who the person was and you know that person needed help and you helped them and you ain't sound on trumpet, how did you feel? That feeling is what God feels.
All right.
Acts 9:1.
Okay. Acts 9:1. Meanwhile, Saul was uttering threats with every breath and was eager to kill the Lord's followers. So he went to the high priest.
Okay. He needed some help. Okay. Obviously, somewhere the high priest did something. You'll find out in the next verse. But the reason why I picked this, you'll find out in the next verse why. But the reason why I picked this first one is I just wanted to tell you who Paul was. I just wanted to let you know who we were. Because if we're watching this, if not only we're watching this, if you're delivering it to the ones that's watching and those who have an ear to hear, and the one that is confessing, the one who is speaking it in front of others, and you know that the energy is here, then that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's why this feels good. That's why you're here, and that's why I'm here. Who am I? Just a light on the hill. 1 Thessalonians 2:4.
But just as we...
Hold on, I'm sorry, because I just read it right here, too, I want y'all to listen to this real carefully. I want you to listen to this real carefully and tell me is this the same thing that I've been saying the whole message while I was standing up here? Go ahead.
But just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak, not to please man, but to please God, who tests our hearts.
Okay. And the version I had is, for we speak as messengers approved by God, being trusted with the good news. Our purpose is to please God, not people. He alone examines the motives of our hearts. Who am I? I'm Paul. Why am I Paul? Because I ain't here for y'all to get an applause. I'm here because I know what's inside of me told me to go love somebody I don't love. Go love somebody that you do love. Just go love. And that's what I do it because I love it. God is love. I love it. Oh, man, I hear the choir singing. I hear the choir singing. I hear the sister in the background about to go into the trance. I mean, I do. I really do. Because I feel that a breakthrough is happening right now. I feel that this is breaking through to somebody right now. I feel that this right here is what somebody needed to hear today, at this hour, and this minute, because they are truly understanding who they really are. Forget all the traditions. Forget all the stuff that the ancestors told you. Forget all figuring out who you are. Know that you are that. Okay, we know who we are. That's fine. What you gonna do now? There's only one mission. Let's go love. What is love? Love spread. If God is everywhere, and then God say, I am love, well, just love, and that's going to be everywhere. That's going to be spread everywhere. Do y'all get the understanding of what's going on? Mm-hmm. Who am I? I am love. I am God. In preaching the gospel, the apostles sought to bring persons to obedience, not man, but of God. We are all one body. Mm-hmm. Let me break that down, the definition. We are all one body. If all of us know who we are, and we got on our suit, and we got it on, and we got the shield, we got the shoes, we got the breastplate, we got the helmet, we got the sword, we all standing in the same. I'm thinking about a military, I'm thinking about a Navy, I'm thinking about the Army, I'm thinking about all of them, thank y'all, that we're doing what y'all do. But when you see them on TV, all of them dressed the same. Mm-hmm. All of them stand the same. All of them walk the same. And trust me, when they do something in unison, you don't feel that power. Man, well, stand up right here. If you're able to stand up right now, stand up right now and just get in formation. Just stand up right now and get in formation and tell yourself, I am God. Tell yourself, I am Christ. Whatever fits you. Tell yourself that I am wonderfully made. Tell yourself to smile. And tell me how much power run through your body. You don't feel that electricity right now? You don't feel that power right now? Your toes ought to be tingling. If you ain't feel like doing nothing, you feel like doing something now because, man, I am God, man. Jack, I'm talking about the same way you talk to somebody that make you mad, the same way you talk to yourself to make you glad. Come on. Man, put power into yourself, man. Stop letting people take all your power away from you, man. Telling you stuff, man. They gonna tell you that stuff anyway because they supposed to. It's designed, man. It's a system that we in. That stuff is designed to try to knock you off, to know who you are. That stuff is designed to make you depressed. It's designed to do all that. And if you know that you got a suit and some armor that's gonna protect you from all that, you better put that on. And before you put it on, you better tell yourself, I am that. I am the suit. I ain't gotta put it on. It's already in me. I gotta put it on for. So what's wrong with us? We're trying to put it on. Trying to be perfect. Just go out and love somebody, man. I love y'all. You understand what I'm saying? That means I love myself. That's why I know I don't premeditate what I'm supposed to say. Because whatever's in me gonna speak for me. This Paul would not attempt to alter the doctrine of Christ. I ain't up here trying to change the Bible. I ain't up here trying to manipulate it either. Try to turn it, take away from it or nothing. Hey, man, I'm just going to tell you what I read with my own eyes. Hey, man, I'm going to go over here to the guy that I studied with, to the guy that put me in this position and say, hey, bro, he know who I'm talking to. Hey, bro, before I go up here, I want to make sure that I ain't lying to my people because I love them. He say, I understand you, sir. Don't that sound like him? I understand you, sir. Yeah. I love him too. Because iron sharpens iron, like my boy Brother White say, man. Iron sharpens iron. And hey, man, we up here, I see nothing but sparks flying. You understand what I'm saying? Because this going to spread. Somebody jumping up right now and getting ready to step into their lane and do the same thing that I'm doing. Because that's how love spread, because God is everywhere. So tell yourself you God. So your power can come out, man. You got the power to heal somebody that's blind. Paul had clay on his eye. Saul had clay on his eye. Man, look, man. Hey, man, that story say that man had stuff on his eye. They sent somebody to come over there, and the person say, bro, look, let me tell you a little story, man. Let me tell you how this book go. Hey, man, that person was scared to go talk to that brother. You understand what I'm saying? Say, man, you want me to go tell that man that, hey, man, I'm here, and you done killed my brother. That's love, Jack. Nah, man, that's love, man. You killed my brother. But I'm here to love on you. So you can take that off your eyes so you can see. Man, I'm about to jump up out my skin right now, man. But just thinking we can do that right now today. Just thinking we can go over to somebody that just killed your brother, just killed your mother, just killed your sister, just killed them and been killing them, and you go up to them and give them a hug and love on them. For real. Just do that for a minute, Jack. Yeah, God had told him, man. Ananias is his name?
Yeah.
God told him. God told him, say, man, go over there and tell him. And now look at God and say, look, say, bro. That man there is a murderer, Jack. That man is a goon. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't no goon. I ain't going. But he did it because he loved him. He did it. You had to love him. You had no choice but to love him. And then that love took that. He healed the man. Man, the Bible says you can heal the blind. That's a story where the blind was healed. And it wasn't in no words like in Revelation. Because you know, you read Revelation and it'll scare you. But that was in plain sight what love and healing the blind men. Took that off his eyes. Then he was reprogrammed. The minute that stuff was put on his eyes, that's when the reprogramming started. But it happened at the road when he saw God. Whatever he was doing on that horse, whatever that powerful force was Paul, just Saul just saying, man, I am tired of doing it. Y'all don't know what Saul was thinking, do you? We couldn't have known what Saul was thinking. Let me even go back further. Now, I'm just to land this plane. But you remember the lady that I was talking about that just touched the garment? What was she thinking? The Bible didn't tell us what she was thinking. But all I know is, what I read is she understood that if she can just... You understand what I'm saying? Just, that's the same thing that happened to Ananias. If I could just go give him show him this. Changed everything. Both of those situations changed everything. Everything. She ran off feeling good. He changed his life, went out there and started preaching to the same people he killed. And they accepted him. Some didn't because, hey, man, you can't stop that. I just told y'all that before I got to this point. You can't stop that. But if you already know who you are, and you already got your suit on because you ain't never had to put it on anyway because you know who you was anyway, you know whatever's coming to you, coming to you. And whatever happened to you is going to happen to you. But just know that you need to dance and smile through it because, hey, man, you're going to get through it even way. Even if you got to get killed for it. Who am I? I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger carrying the light. I don't need no weapon. I'll ride like Paul Revere did and let everybody know, hey, man, God is coming. You understand what I'm saying? When that love come through that village, when that love come through that town, when that love come through that apartment, when that love come through that house, when that love come, period. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Because it's going to take over everything. It's going to take over everything. Boy, I'm feeling something right now, man. I haven't felt this in a long time. But I just tapped into that power, y'all. I just tapped into that power. So I knew I had it all along. When you know you had it all along, He's going to put everything you need around you. And y'all just going to just keep it going. Boy, all I can see is electricity. Because that's how electricity works. That's how it works. You cut it on, it spread. It take that darkness away, it spread. As soon as you cut it on, got to cut it on. Paul Revere going on that horse telling everybody the enemy coming, the enemy coming. You come down there and you just love on somebody and just come inside and see what happens. Everybody gets smiling. You understand what I'm saying? Like, man, come on, man. Don't beat that energy that when you come around, oh, Lord, there you go. He always got something negative. She always got something negative and never, always complaining. But one day, Saul seen somebody not complaining about the stuff that they was going through. I'm talking to you. And the worst of all worst, the evil of all evil happened to that person. And you've seen it because why do you think he put you in it? So you can witness it. Why do you think a horse was there and there was people around Saul when God came? So they can witness it. Hey, man, I know who that man was, but something happened to him, man. I sure glad. I'm happy for him. And you got the ones who wasn't happy for him. You understand what I'm saying? Say, look, let's wrap this up, man. Just give me John 8:10 and 11.
Then Jesus stood up again and said to the woman, "Where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you?" "No, Lord," she said. And Jesus said, "Neither do I. Go and sin no more."
Know what you did. Own up to what you did. Know who you are. And go on about your business. Stop holding on to that junk. It's junk. You're a hoarder. It's junk. Throw it away. Get rid of it. Yeah, they're going to come remind you. They're going to try to come give it back to you. I don't want it. I don't want to hear it. Boy say, look, when you go to that place and I ain't in there, if love ain't in there, I need you to turn around, dust your feet off, and go to the next city. That's what the book said, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't make that up. Mm-hmm. I didn't manipulate the Bible. Surely, but when you keep doing that there, I'm coming. That means that you just not, come on, man, you just not recognizing and say, look, man, no, I'm not going back to what I used to do. No, I'm not supposed to do the same thing I used to be doing. No, it ain't no love in there. You keep doing that, then guess what? You know who you are. Mm. You ain't got to worry about somebody coming out of the cloud to come tell you, hey, good job, man. Man. Ooh, you waiting on me how long? You was already there. Been there the whole time. He said, I ain't never left you or forsake you. Well, take a good look at yourself and think, have you ever left and forsaken yourself? Mm-hmm. The only way that you left or forsaken yourself is if you didn't love yourself. Church for the unchurched. Let's get up out of here. Because I keep you out here for a whole nother hour.